What time is it? Okay. He's a little old man. She was having this.
My favorite.
I hope so. Why did you do it?
Everybody's got a home.
No, it's not. Good morning. Welcome to the 2024 Clermont County Market Lamb Show. We are going to begin with showmanship. Senior showmen need to be entering the arena at this time. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, AJ Cunningham, Katie Wolfer, Leah Riley, Rowdy Etling, Reed Etling, Tegan Tislin, and Elizabeth Hauserman. Intermediate showmen need to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Abigail Fields, Cruz Cunningham, Tyler Kilburn, and Joshua Florence. Beginner showmen need to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Libby Cunningham, Benjamin Florence, Silas Cunningham, Kylie Neal, Sailor Costa, and Remington Jones. We would like to welcome our judge, Bob Hare from Winchester, Ohio. Bob has been judging for 40 years. He judges sheep, meat goats, and beef cattle. Bob has judged at all levels up to and including state fair and national shows in 26 states. Please give a welcome to our judge. If any adults want to do adult showmanship, please come to the announcer stand.
Well, good morning. Certainly a pleasure for me to be here today. Certainly looking forward to a good show. And if this is any indication of what we're going to see, I think we're in for a nice morning. We start this class off with this young lady up here on this end. I think, to me, she's the one that just has the sheep that she just gets a little bit more out of. When she gets this guy set, she keeps the top line up, keeps the head and the neck up. Very easy, very smooth moving. I think she's got a lot of ring presence. I think had a little less trouble actually moving her sheep than the young man in second with the bigger ewe that kind of just wanted to throw her head around a little bit over there. At times, that ewe wants to drop a foot. I think both these showmen are really, really good. I really like the way that they show. They get in front of their sheep. They do a really good job making efficient moves and getting it done and trying to keep these feet and legs set, and I think they do an outstanding job. Just some subtle differences, I guess, between the two, but two really good showmen up here on the top two. Young man here in third, I think, does a nice job as well. If I could change what he does, he wants to cover this sheep up too much. You hover over your sheep too much, so you cover him up. You can't see from the side profile. You got the whole front end covered up. You do a really good job on feet and legs. I just like to see you just relax just a little bit. Just take a breath and just get back just a little bit off of your sheep, just a little bit more, so that I can see the front end. Then the young man here in fourth with the ewe here, another ewe. I think I'd like to change the way he stands. I think the way he stands, I'd like to see you just stand up and show your sheep. The way you stand, it makes you look very in an awkward position when you're down that far and getting in there. Your sheep didn't want to cooperate the best with you in the world. I think your sheep let you down a little bit, but still do a nice job. The young lady here in fifth is one that when she sets this guy up, I'd like to see her do just a little better job of setting those back legs. You want to set those back legs up under your sheep a little bit. They should be straight from hock to heel when you get them set up, and it makes your sheep look a lot better. On down, some nice showmen all the way through, and just some few differences, I guess, between the one end and the other. Very good class. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is intermediate showmen. These exhibitors are Abigail Fields, Cruz Cunningham, Tyler Kilburn, and Joshua Florence. Beginner showmen to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Libby Cunningham, Benjamin Florence, Silas Cunningham, Kylie Neal, Sailor Costa, and Remington Jones. Congratulations, senior showmen. First place, Emma Brandenburg. Second place, Tate Tislin. Third place, AJ Cunningham. Fourth place, Rowdy Etling. And fifth place, Elizabeth Hauserman.
We start this class with a young man on this end. I think with this big ewe over here, I think he's the one that, to me, when he hit the ring, he's the one that he shows me the most intensity. He shows me the most drive as far as getting this sheep set, making it handle right, making it look right. Does a good job of keeping the head and neck up. I think he gets up in front of these sheep, and I like that. When he had a little trouble getting the sheep to move around here, but that's not the worst thing that ever happened. I think when you take the whole thing all in all, I think he's been the one that's excelled the class in my mind, even with a little trouble moving his sheep around. A nice job with him. He's really accurate on setting the feet and legs and does a good job on them. Young lady here in second, times this ewe wants to drop a foot, move a foot. Sometimes you're not quite as quick to get it set as he is, and sometimes you let this head kind of droop down just a little bit. If you keep that head and neck up, make that sheep, she's a little bit low fronted to start with. If you keep that head and neck up, it makes a better side profile on her. That was the difference between you and him. The young man here in third, I think, did a nice job as well. He's one that has a little bit of trouble keeping this sheep set. I think the sheep kind of let him down a little bit. Doesn't want to cooperate the best in the world when he gets him set. Like right now, he's got him set pretty good, and he looks the part. So I like that. I guess I would mention that both of you guys need to tuck your shirt tail in before you come in the show ring. It makes a much neater, nicer appearance when you come in. The young man here in fourth, I think, had a little bit of trouble with this sheep. Wants to jerk him clear up off the ground too much for me, and wants to pull and tug and get him set. I'd like to see you just take your hands and set the feet where you want them, and you'll get along a lot better instead of fighting with your sheep to get him set. A nice class. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time as beginner showmen, these exhibitors are Libby Cunningham, Benjamin Florence, Silas Cunningham, Kylie Neal, Sailor Costa, and Remington Jones. Class 1 of breeding ewes seem to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Reed Etling, Kylie Neal, Cruz Cunningham, Tegan Tislin, Libby Cunningham, AJ Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. Class 2 of breeding ewes to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Tate Tislin, Tyler Kilborn, Sailor Costa, Remington Jones, and Tyler Kilborn. Congratulations, intermediate showmen. First place, Tyler Kilborn. Second place, Abigail Fields. Third place, Cruz Cunningham. And fourth place, Joshua Florence. First and second place from beginner, intermediate, and senior need to be making their way outside the arena. PB showmen need to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Scarlett Fetters, Piper Standring, Colton Shepard, Kenzie Stahl, and Taylor Perrin.
Well, nice class. These beginners certainly. I think it's kind of some give and take in this class, but I think we've got a young lady up here on the end that wins the class pretty handily, in my opinion. I think she's the one that did the most with her sheep. Had to put the one that had the feet and legs set closer to right most of the time. The one that every time the sheep moved, she got it set real quick and got her sheep moved around the ring. She got a lot of ring presence. I think she's one probably down the road that is going to be very competitive through her career. Young lady here in second, I think, does a nice job as well. I'd just like to see you pay a little more attention to feet and legs instead of staring at me quite so much. And I know they always tell you, watch the judge, right? They tell you that? Okay, well, that's true. You want to watch the judge, but you really want to watch your sheep because the judge is looking at the sheep, trying to see what you're doing. So it's very important that you get the feet and legs set as quickly and as accurately as you can. Just like right now, you got a leg out of place. There you go. Get that set back a little bit. There you go. That's better. Yeah, just like that. And then that could easily move you from second to first, okay? Young man here in third, I think, does some things really nice. I think sometimes his sheep is just a little bit rambunctious. I don't know that he wants to be here. I think maybe he'd rather be somewhere else, but the young man has done a really nice job. I think it's very difficult when your sheep doesn't cooperate with you, but I think the young man has done a really nice job. I think he's going to be a really good showman down the road. Just get one that doesn't want to act quite so rambunctious. Young man here in fourth tend to stretch his sheep out just a little bit too much for me. When you do that, then his top line sags. You might pay just a little more attention to feet and legs. Then the two young ladies on the end here with the dark lambs. Certainly the lambs are broke. You can tell they've worked with these sheep. They've got the feet and legs generally in place where they need to be. I'd like to see them just get around in front of their sheep a little bit more, have a little bit more control. But a really nice class of beginners. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is all first and second place showmen. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Tyler Kilborn, Abigail Fields, Kylie Neal, and Libby Cunningham. Congratulations, beginner showmen. First place, Kylie Neal. Second place, Libby Cunningham. Third place, Silas Cunningham. Fourth place, Benjamin Florence. And fifth place, Remington Jones. showmen need to be outside the ring at this time. These exhibitors are Scarlet Fetters, Piper Standring, Colton Shepard, Kenzie Stahl, and Taylor Perrin. Class 1 breeding ewes need to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Reed Etling, Cruz Cunningham, Tegan Tislin, Libby Cunningham, AJ Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. And Kylie Neal. Class 2 breeding ewes need to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Tate Tislin, Tyler Kilburn, Sailor Costa, Remington Jones, and Tyler Kilburn. We will be taking a 5 to 10 minute break in between the breeding ewe show and the market lamb show.
As we get out here and analyze our class winners and our second places for each champion and reserve showman, I hope that you can see some similarities in the type of showman that I prefer. I'm not saying that's the only kind that there is, but this is the type of showman I prefer. I like a showman that gets out in front of their sheep. I like one that keeps the head and the neck up, the top line up, feet and legs where they belong, and like one to handle the same every time I handle it. I think when you get up here and analyze these top three particularly, I think they all three do a really good job of that. I think we've got a bad battery, I think. Try that again. Thanks, Christy. As I was saying, I like one that keeps the top line up. I like the head and the neck up, and I like the feet in out on the corners. And I think we've got some that are do a really good job of that. I think there's one out here that to me just kind of is a little bit more efficient, just does a little bit better job of keeping their lamb straight in line, keeping the feet and legs set and straight, and I think does a really good job. I think it gets really close between a couple or three here for your reserve champion. Let's give them a nice round of applause. I'll go select your champion and get your reserve. As I said, I think it gets really close here for your reserve champion showman, but there's one that I think just does it a little easier, makes it look a little easier. I actually prefer the way that he shows just a little bit more than the other one. Not taking anything away from the young lady here in the first younger division. I think she's going to be awfully good one of these days, and she's not quite there today to beat these bigger kids, but your day will come. For your reserve champion, we're going to use the young man up here on this end. I think just an extremely nice, smooth, easy showman, does a great job.
Congratulations, Grand Champion Sheep Showman, Emma Brandenburg, Reserve Champion Tate Tislin. Entering the arena at this time is all PV showmen. These exhibitors are Scarlett Fetters, Piper Sandring, Colton Shepard, Kenzie Stahl, and Taylor Perrin.
You'll be awful good too one of these days. You just keep working hard. Well, I think we got 5 really nice showmen out here, and it's too close for me to call, so I'm going to give them all first place. They do a really good job. I appreciate the young folks and their set getting out here, and just get them started, build some interest, and certainly they act like every one of them act like they're interested in having a good time, and that's the main thing. Let's give them a real nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 1 breeding ewes. These exhibitors are Kylie Neal, Reed Etling, Cruz Cunningham, Tegan Tislin, Libby Cunningham, AJ Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. Class 2 breeding ewes will be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Tate Tislin, Tyler Kilborn, Sailor Costa, Remington Jones, and Tyler Kilburn.
start this class with a ewe that I think is by far the most productive looking ewe in the class. She's one that's got a lot of rib shape. She's got a lot of volume, lots of capacity. She's correct on her feet and legs, attractive on a side profile, level down her top line. Just a real complete kind of a ewe for this young man. I think comes up to the top of the class really easily for me. Gets a little closer here between 2 and 3. I think the big difference is when I compare these two side by side, the young man's ewe we have here in second has got more base width when she tracks away from you. She's a little wider coming at you. And then when you get right on top of her, she's got just a little more rib shape in her. I think she's a little more, got a little more volume and capacity than the young man's in third. I really like a lot of things about this ewe here that the young man has. She's extremely long. She's very, very level. She's got enough natural muscle. I'd just like to give her some rib shape. I'd like to give her a little more volume and capacity to make her look a little more productive in a ewe class. Young lady here in fourth, another nice ewe, one that we just like to square up a little bit from her hooks to her pins. She wants to get just a little droopy on that tail head, but certainly one that's got some volume, capacity, and some rib shape in her. Young man here in fifth, another real square made kind of a ewe, a little smaller frame, really dead level down her top line. You really like a lot of things about her. Just like to make her a little bigger to get her up in this class today. But a good classic of ewes. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 2 breeding ewes. These exhibitors are Tate Tislin, Tyler Kilborn, Sailor Costa, Remington Jones, and Tyler Kilborn. Congratulations, Class 1 breeding ewes. First place, Tegan Tislin. Second place, Rowdy Etling. Third place, Reed Etling. Fourth place, Kylie Neal. And fifth place, AJ Cunningham. First and second place breeding ewes are going to be outside the arena. We are also taking a 5-minute break in between the breeding ewe and market lamb show.
in this class, we certainly, we've got a lot of differences as far as phenotypically the way they're made and so forth, but they're different breeds. So I think they're all nice kind of sheep. I think they're all sheep that could be productive if you put them on the right kind of a ramp. To me, the one that is the most complete one, though, is this young man up on this end. Certainly one that is the freest and easiest moving of the top three. One that gets out and just takes a nice big step off of both sides. Lots of volume, lots of capacity, double down the top line. Still got some femininity along with all the power that she has. I think comes up here pretty easy for me, and just a very nice individual. I think it gets a little closer here between the two. Here in second and third. I think the ewe that we have in second is one that just has a better touch to her. She's a little firmer down her top line. She's long, she's level, she's got a nice underline. She's not quite as heavily conditioned as the young lady's ewe that is here in third. I think when you get them on motion, get them out here and get them in motion, I think she gets off those back two just a little bit better than the young lady's ewe that we have in third. Young lady's ewe in third, I commented, I said, this is a tank, and she is. I mean, she is just a massive ewe. Lots of volume, lots of capacity, lots of natural muscle, carrying a little excess condition for me today. I think it's easy to get them that way, but you'd prefer them not to be that way to get them bred. I'd like to just change her a little bit off those rear legs and make her just a little freer and easier moving as she tracks away from you. Then the two young ladies here on the end, these two could not only are the girls very similar in their type and kind, the ewes are very similar in their type and kind as well, and certainly ewes that they've done a nice job. They've done a good job feeding these guys, maybe a little too good, but we all know that they can pretty much get fat on air. So just a good class all the way through. Let's give them a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is first and second place breeding ewes. These exhibitors are Tegan Tislin, Rowdy Etling, Tate Tislin, and Tyler Kilburn.
Well, I think we got 4 really nice ewes out here. Certainly, I'm pleased with my class winners. The second places are both very nice. I think there's some differences if you get right down and analyze them and study them. If it were a breed show, we have one that has a little more breed character than the other. But we're not going to worry too much about that today. I think this is just a good kind of a show, and it's we're going to pick the ones that we like, and that's what we've done. There's certainly some ewes that I think can be very productive, and if you get them on the right kind of a ram, I think you can certainly have some nice babies out of each of these. And I don't think one ram would work on all 4 of them, but I think you pick your ram and pick your pieces and parts, and I think you can make them work. The young man up here with the winner from Class 1, I think is just really long, level, really attractive, really a good underline, good top line. Got a lot of breed character, I think, for a South Down. She's got a little more breed character, but one that's clean-fronted and one that I like the pattern of a lot. Young man here in won the second class, a real big, powerful kind of a ewe, one that is maybe carrying a little more condition today than I would like for her to have. But anybody that's ever had a South Down or ever knows anything about South Downs, they get fat just breathing. I think you don't even have to feed them. Walk past a pen and throw them a handful of air, and they're going to get fat on you. So it's just one of the characteristics of the breed. But I think 2 really nice ewes up here to start these classes with. Our second places, I think the second place in the first division or the first class, cut up just a little bit in her flank, not quite as nice on her underline as the ewe that wins the class. I'd like to change her that way. Then the young man here with the big Suffolk appearing, her crossbred ewe, I'd like to change her right there where her hook, where her loin joins in, or her hooks. She tends to break just a little bit right there, and so that would be where I'd change her. But I think a really, really good set of ewes. I'll get out here and select your champion and reserve. Let's give them all a real nice round of applause.
Congratulations, Grand Champion Breeding Ewe, Tegan Tislin, Reserve Champion Tate Tislin. We are going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back at 9:20 for the Market Lamb Show. Class 1 and Class 2 market lambs seem to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Elizabeth Hauserman, Abigail Fields, Silas Cunningham, Benjamin Florence, Ava Korsmeyer, and Katie Wolfer. Class 1 market lambs need to be outside the arena at this time. These exhibitors are Elizabeth Hauserman, Abigail Fields, and Silas Cunningham. Class 2 market lambs need to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Benjamin Florence, Ava Korsmeyer, and Katie Wolfer. Entering the arena at this time is Class 1 market lambs. These exhibitors are Elizabeth Hauserman, Abigail Fields, and Silas Cunningham. Class 2 market lambs will be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Ben Florence, Ava Korsmeyer, and Katie Wolfer. Class 3 market lambs will be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Joshua Florence, Reed Etling, Tegan Tislin, and Rowdy Etling. we'd like to introduce our judge for the day, Bob Harris from Winchester, Ohio. Bob has been judging for 40 years. He judges sheep, meat goats, and beef cattle. Bob has judged at all levels up to and including state fair and national shows in 26 states. Please give our judge a warm welcome. If you are putting any market lamb through the sale, we have sale sheets up at the announcer stand.
We'll start this class with the young man on this end. I think the lamb that handles the freshest, the fullest, and one that has the most touch when you get your hands on this guy. Really good rack and loin out into a big hip and down into a lower stifle. I think just a real fresh handling kind of a lamb. Young man does a nice job getting him set, sound on his feet and legs, and I think does a very nice job with him. Young lady here in second, another sheep pretty long, pretty level, not quite as attractive down the top line as the young man that wins the class. One that when she tracks away from you is just a little bit narrower based than the lamb that wins the class, but still one that handles full, got some natural muscle and has a good touch to him. Young lady here in third with the ewe lamb, one that to me is a little bit low fronted. She wants to run downhill to her shoulder, wants to get that neck coming out of the front of her chest instead of up the top of that shoulder. Just not quite as attractive when you view her from the side. When you get your hands on her, just doesn't handle quite as firm and as with the touch that the two lambs directly ahead of her do. Let's give them a good round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 2 market lambs. These exhibitors are Benjamin Florence, Ava Korsmeyer, and Katie Wolfer. Where is Ava? Okay. Class 3 market lambs will be making their way outside the show arena. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Joshua Florence, Reed Etling, Tegan Tislin, and Rowdy Etling. Class 4 needs to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Cruz Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. Congratulations, Class 1 market lambs. First place, Silas Cunningham. Second place, Elizabeth Hauserman. And third place, Abigail Fields.
We got a really nice lamb to win this class. The young lady brings this weather in here. He's one that doesn't want to cooperate a whole lot with her, but I told her, I said, that's just the way they go. They wait till the judge gets there, and then they act up and frustrate the exhibitors. So it's just one of those things. But anybody, I think, can see the quality of this lamb. He's long, he's level, he's thick, he's got a big rack, big loin and hip in him, big leg in him, nice underline when he tracks out good and gets out here and gets around the ring in a nice fashion. I think a very nice, complete kind of a lamb to win the class. It gets a little bit different here, trying to pick between these two sheep. Different as night and day, and to me, not the colors are relevant. But to me, when I get my hands on these two young men's, whether up here on this end, just handles with a little more expression of muscle, particularly in that rack shape and all the way back down, get back into that leg. I think he's got more lower leg in him than the young lady's blue lamb. Is he as pretty as the blue lamb? No, he's not as pretty. I grant you that. But I think as far as being market ready today, I think he's a little more market ready than the young lady's blue lamb is here in third. Really an attractive sheep. One that's a little bigger frame, but one that we just like to just give a little more touch to, give a little more expression of muscle, particularly in that rack shape right behind that shoulder. Let's give him a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 3 market lambs. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Joshua Florence, Reed Etling, Tegan Tislin, and Rowdy Etling. Class 4 needs to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Cruz Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. Class 5 needs to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are A.J. Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Silas Cunningham, and Tegan Tislin. Congratulations, Class 2 market lambs. First place, Katie Wolfer. Second place, Benjamin Florence. And third place, Ava Korsmeyer.
Really nice lamb to start this class, one that, the real combination lamb, the real complete one in my mind. He's the one that couples the really good look and the really exotic look when he comes in here. He gets around the ring really good on the feet and legs, one that you have to really appreciate the side profile from him. He's long and he's extended up through that front end. The neck comes right out of his top of his shoulder, really good on his feet and legs. And when you get your hands on him, he certainly don't disappoint you. I think he beats the second place lamb because he's a little bit stronger top. He's a little bit leveler, particularly right in the center of that back. He doesn't have quite the dip that we see in the ewe lamb here in second. But certainly one that I think comes up to the top pretty easy for me, one that I really appreciate the way this lamb looks and handles. Young lady's ewe lamb here, another really nice lamb. Here's one that I'd like to just maybe, if we could just strengthen her top just a little bit. She's got a little bit of that extra length. Sometimes that's what makes that little break in there when you take that amount of muscle and put it on there. They just can't hold it up straight and hold it up top. But certainly one that when you get your hands on her, you have to appreciate her. She's really big rack. She's big loined and hip, big butted, and certainly clean enough on her condition. One that gets around the ring nicely, I think, does a really nice job. Like I said, just the one thing I'd like to change about her, and that was just enough to beat her in this class. Young man's wether here coming out next. Here's another really nice wether, one that's long and level. He's attractive on the side profile, maybe just a little deeper in that lower chest floor than the two lambs directly ahead of him. Cut up just a tick in his flank. I guess where he gets beat is he just kind of runs out of gas when you get back into that lower leg compared to the two lambs directly ahead of him. The young man here next, another really nice lamb. I'd like to change this lamb if I could. I'd like to make him just a little smoother down his top line, take that knot right out of the center of his back, and then when you pull him apart and keep pulling him apart, it just accentuates that. If you could just put him together, keep those legs a little bit closer together, straight down out of the corners, I think it makes that top line come together a little nicer for you, but one that's still got some natural muscle and got some look to him. Young man's wether here next. He's the narrowest made wether in the class. One that when he tracks away from you, he's the narrowest base getting around the ring. One that's really attractive on the side profile. Handles with enough muscle, not extremely big muscle, but one that's fresh to the handle. Nice lamb for this young man. Let's give him a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 4 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Cruz Cunningham, and Rowdy Etling. Class 5 needs to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are AJ Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Silas Cunningham, and Tegan Tislin. Class 6 needs to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Leah Riley, Reed Etling, and Libby Cunningham. Congratulations, Class 3 Market Lambs. First place, Tegan Tislin. Second place, Emma Brandenburg. Third place, Rowdy Etling. Fourth place, Joshua Florence. And fifth place, Reed Etling.
a really nice pair of lambs up here on this end. Both these lambs extremely powerful. They're just stacked full of muscle from front to rear, and just real attractive. Both of them sound on their feet and legs. Both of them get around the ring in a good fashion. They're both clean enough fronted for me. Just a little different maybe as far as the frame size, but when you get your hands on them, they handle alike and they look alike. The young man's whether that wins the class to me, really one that is just extremely thick from front to rear. He's a little smaller framed, and that may have a little bit to do with it. But when you get your hands on this guy and you handle all the way back from the point of that shoulder all the way back, you get right back there from the hooks to the pins. He's the widest, he's the levelest, he's the widest in his pin set. He's the biggest in his hip and certainly deep in his twist. Tremendous big leg in this guy, and just one that is nice finished. He's not fat. Just a really nice lamb for the young man. The young lady's lamb, again, another one that I think is extremely nice. I like the profile of this guy. He really puts it together nice down his top line. He's long and level. He's a little bit, maybe just a little longer neck, maybe just a skosh prettier, if you will, from the side profile. But when I get my hands on this guy and explain to the young lady and the young man the difference that I see in him is the difference between the hooks and the pins. And certainly the young lady, they both could see this, and so I like to explain why I do what I do, because when you got two good lambs up here, either one of these lambs good enough to win. But to me, that was the difference, and I liked for them to see that, and they both saw that, so it makes me feel good that they could see that. But two good lambs, two good showmen, just a really nice pair of lambs up here on this end. Young man here in third, this is another nice lamb, a lamb that you really like the profile of this guy. He's really super hided. He's attractive on a side profile. When you get your hands on him, he just can't run with the two up ahead of him as far as thickness from front to rear, but one that, gee whiz, most county fairs is a class winner. When you get out here, he's one that you have to appreciate a lot of things about him. Just a nice kind of a sheep for this young man. The young man here in fourth, here's another lamb that's got plenty of natural muscle. He's one that when you get him in motion, he maybe just shows up a little frailer on that running gear, not quite as stout as boned and footed as the ones directly ahead of him, but long and level, got some natural muscle. Maybe not quite the top line. Might like to change him there where he wants to roach up that top just a little bit, that loin, but sure enough, a good class all the way through. Let's give them all a real nice round of applause. Yes, sir.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 5 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are A.J. Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Silas Cunningham, and Tegan Tislin. Class 6 will be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Leah Riley, Reed Etling, and Libby Cunningham. Class 7 needs to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Ava Korsmeyer, Katie Wolfer, and Katie Wolfer. Congratulations, Class 4 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are Tate Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Rowdy Etling, and Cruz Cunningham.
I announced it wrong. I'm going to re-announce it.
Congratulations, Class 4 Market Lambs. First place, Tate Tislin. Second place, Emma Brandenburg. Third place, Rowdy Etling. And fourth place, Cruz Cunningham.
Another nice class in here, certainly the lamb that we start the class with. Here's one that when he walks in, he has to get your attention. He's a really attractive sheep, big, tall dude, just jack-fronted and really nice down his top line. When you get your hands on him, he don't disappoint you. He's got some muscle shape down his rack, down into that loin, into his hip. When we put him out here and put him in motion, he's just much better off of those feet and legs than the young man's Weather is here in second, but a really nice sheep to win the class. Young man's Weather here in second, another sheep that I like as far as the natural muscle that he has, the thickness from front to rear. He don't want to act very well for this young man. I appreciate his efforts because it's a tough deal when the sheep weighs probably half again as much as you do. And he's fought this lamb all the way through and done a really nice job. But when I put these two in motion, the difference that I see in them is in that rear leg. I think the lamb that wins the class tracks out better, tracks out truer, takes a bigger step, and just not quite as troppy-sided. But when you get your hands on this sheep is packed full of muscle. He's lean in his condition. He's a nice sheep and going to hang a really good carcass. Young man here in third is another really nice sheep. He's one that when you get a hold of this guy, he's got some muscle in him. He just doesn't have quite the muscle that we see in the top two. One that we might like to change just a little bit off those rear legs, but certainly a lamb that you have to appreciate a lot of things about. Young lady's Weather here in fourth, another sheep that's got a nice rack and a good loin. Get out there, would like to change that hip structure just a little bit, raise those pin bones up, level him up, but one that's got some thickness all the way through, lean in his condition. Let's give him a good round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 6 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are Leah Riley, Reed Etling, and Libby Cunningham. Class 7 needs to be making their way outside the show arena. These exhibitors are Ava Korsmeyer, Katie Wolfer, and Katie Wolfer. Congratulations, Class 5 Market Lambs. First place, Tegan Tislin. Second place, Silas Cunningham. Third place, AJ Cunningham. And fourth place, Elizabeth Hauserman. All first and second place market lambs are to be getting ready in the barn. These exhibitors are Silas Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Katie Wolfer, Benjamin Florence, Tegan Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tegan Tislin, and Silas Cunningham. If anyone is putting a market lamb through the sale, we have sale papers up at the announcer stand.
A nice class. I think you get it up into lambs at this size, and certainly a lot of times you get lambs that are extremely fat or really way overdone or really extremely mature looking and deep chested and kind of ugly fronted. But we're fortunate today. I think we've got 4 nice lambs in here. None of these lambs are excessively fat. They've got some condition on them, but they should have some condition on them at this size. So I'm happy with that. But I think the young man's wether that we start the class with, he's the one that is the eye appeal sheep in the class. He's the one that when he walked in, he's the one that takes your eye. He's the one that as he gets around the ring, you have to appreciate the profile that he has, the extension he has up through that front end. If I could change him, I might change him just a little bit where his hooks joined his loin. He's not quite there yet. Certainly not a major issue, but one that if we're going to change him, that's where we change him. When we put him in motion, he's wider based. He's truer and better on that hind leg than the young lady's wether is here in second. That's how he wins the class. Young lady's wether here in second, another really nice sheep for her is one that really leveled down his top line. When you get your hands on this guy, you have to appreciate this one as well. Got a big rack and loin and hip in him, one that handles good all the way down through. When you just put this guy in motion, he wants to track out just a little bit narrow for me. He wants to get those heels pretty close together as he tracks away from you. Not quite the lower leg that we see in the lamb that wins the class, but certainly an attractive wether, one that you have to like a lot of things about him. The young lady's wether here in third, another one that is just not quite as attractive, maybe a little plainer to look at, but one when you analyze him, he's pretty structurally correct. He's long and he's level. He's got some thickness and got some natural muscle. Might like to make him just a little wider base, maybe give him just a little more lower leg to get him up any higher, but certainly one that is not is a good sheep just to go all the way through. And I appreciate the way she stuck with this lamb and did a good job coming back. Good job there, young lady. The young lady here in fourth, another really nice sheep, one that when you get your hands on him, he's the softest in the class, carrying just a little more condition now, and I'm not saying he's excessively fat. He's just got a little more condition than I'd like for him to have, but he's a big sheep. He should have some condition on him at this point in his life. But a nice sheep, long and level, got a lot of natural muscle. Let's give him a nice round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is Class 7 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are Ava Korsmeyer, Katie Wolfer, and Katie Wolfer. All first and second place Market Lambs need to be making their way outside the arena. These exhibitors are Silas Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Katie Wolfer, Benjamin Florence, Tegan Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tegan Tislin, Silas Cunningham, Reed Etling, and Leah Riley. Congratulations, Class 6 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are Reed Etling, first place Reed Etling, second place Leah Riley, third place Libby Cunningham, and fourth place Leah Riley. We would like to introduce our judge for the day, Bob Harris from Winchester, Ohio. Bob has been judging for 40 years. He judges sheep, meat goats, and beef cattle. Bob has judged at all levels up to and including state fair and national shows in 26 states. Please give our judge a warm welcome.
Another nice class. I think we're going to start the class with this blue lamb, one that to me, when I get my hands on this guy, he's just a little more expressive. He's a little fresher to the touch. He's a little bigger in his rack. I think he's just a little flatter and leveler in his hip than the young lady's hamp-looking sheep over here. Certainly one that gets around the ring nice. Both these lambs got all the muscle in the world. You don't need any more muscle in any of sheep, and they're both thick and they're both nice, and they're just attractive. I think the blue sheep's got just a little more look when you get a side profile on him. He's a little more extended up through that front end, a little longer fronted. The hamp lamb here is certainly a really nice sheep. I like a lot of things about him. He may be just a little more mature as far as the depth of the side of his body. When you look at him on a side profile, I like to change him maybe just a little bit in that bottom 1/3, make him tuck him up just a little bit to make him look a little fresher and a little cleaner, but one that when you handle him, you have to like him. I don't see the thickness in the lower leg in this guy that I see in the blue sheep. Young lady here in third, another really nice lamb in here, one that again has a lot of natural muscle. He's thick topped. He's really down there, like to maybe straighten him up just a little bit right where his loin joins these hooks, make him put in there and maybe give him just a little more bone and foot to make him a little more rugged for a sheep this size, but one that handles good, got some natural muscle, clean enough in his condition. Let's give him a good round of applause.
Entering the arena at this time is all first and second market lambs. These exhibitors are Silas Cunningham, Elizabeth Hauserman, Katie Wolfer, Benjamin Florence, Tegan Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tate Tislin, Emma Brandenburg, Tegan Tislin, Silas Cunningham, Reed Etling, Leah Riley, Katie Wolfer, and Katie Wolfer. Congratulations, Class 7 Market Lambs. These exhibitors are first place, Katie Wolfer, second place, Katie Wolfer, and third place, Ava Korsmeyer. All third place winners need to be outside of the arena at this time. These exhibitors are Abigail Fields, Ava Korsmeyer, Rowdy Etling, AJ Cunningham, Libby Cunningham, and Ava Korsmeyer. All third place market lambs going to be outside the arena at this time. These exhibitors are Abigail Fields, Ava Korsmeyer, Rowdy Etling, AJ Cunningham, Libby Cunningham, and Ava Korsmeyer.
Well, it's been my pleasure to be down here again. My youngest son used to show here at Clermont County back in the 80s and did quite well with the sheep. So this is kind of a place that's near and dear to my heart as far as coming to a show. Certainly it has not been a disappointment. We've had some tremendously good showmen in the showmanship. We had some tremendously good sheep in the breeding, and I think we're happy here with the lineup that we have in these market lambs today. I hope you can see some similarities in these guys. I've tried to pick sheep that have some natural muscle, sheep that are structurally correct, sheep that have some eye appeal, some balance, and just the real complete ones. They don't have to be the most anything in one direction. I just want the ones that are the most fault-free, have the fewest problems and the most good things about them, and that's what I've tried to select. I'm happy with what I've got. I think we've got a really nice set here. Young folks have just been a pleasure to work with, very polite, very good kids in the show, the people that run the show. Hats off to you. Really good job keeping the sheep coming up, and the announcers and everybody did their job, and that's what it takes to make a good show. Hopefully I'm included in that mess. So anyway, I think without any further ado, I'm going to pick your champion. I'm going to pick your top 5. I think it is strictly my opinion today, and I'm sure that other people would come in here and might place them a little different, and that's okay, because if we all liked exactly the same thing and all picked exactly the same thing, we wouldn't have any livestock shows. But to me, there's one lamb out here that kind of puts it all together as far as the total package, as far as muscle, eye appeal, structure, and the whole ball of wax. I'll select your champion, and we'll get to top 5. Let's give these exhibitors a well-deserved round of applause. Well, we brought the second place in out of the class that champion came out of, and certainly I think when we bring her in, she certainly doesn't help or doesn't hurt the lineup. I think she fits in very nicely. I thought it was a really close pair of lambs in the class, and just a really close placing all the way through. Again, we've got some really good ones out here. I'm going to use the second place out of that lamb for the reserve champion.
Judge, this is your class. Congratulations, Grand Champion Market Lamb, Tate Tislin, Reserve Champion, Emma Brandenburg, 3rd overall, Katie Wolfer, 4th overall, Katie Wolfer, and 5th overall, Rowdy Etling.
Market lamb exhibitors, if you are going to sell your lamb in the sale, you have until 11:40 to consign to the sale in the sale trailer. Again, lamb exhibitors, you have till 11:40 to sign your lambs to the sale.